It appears as if a great magician is showing a great magic, and a great poet, through his imagination, has created an epic. A person who has a disease, let us say he has blood pressure, high blood pressure or low blood pressure. In his experience, it appears to him that the earth is moving, shaking. Similarly, a small kid has seen a horror movie or read a horror story, and in his sleep, in the middle of the night, he will open his eyes in the darkness, and he will imagine the ghost in the horror story in front of his eyes. Whatever the person has imagined in his mind, the same thing he will see in front of him. A person who is traveling in a boat, it appears that the trees are moving, the trees on the bank are moving. A person, when he is sleeping, in his dream, he sees many objects. Similarly, the world we see is an imagination. Therefore, O Raghava, O Sri Rama, all this is mithya. This is the imagination of the seer. Whoever is seeing this, everything is the imagination of that seer. And this is nothing but an imagination. There is no substance in this world. However, the jiva is seeing this world, which is nothing but a mithya, imagination. Because the jiva has ignorance. When the body is there, physical body is there, or the mental body, psychological body is there, this jiva will see a world. Therefore, the person who drops his body will create a world in his own imagination, in his mind, in the screen of his mind. He will see a world and he will think that world is real. Therefore, on the screen of consciousness, this Pratyagatma, this Atma, Pratyagatma, this Jiva, all these bodies, these experiences come and go. Whatever is coming and going, these bodies, experiences, they are of various nature. They are different things. Depending on what was experienced before, then whatever the current experience is may be similar to the previous experience, or slightly different new experience. All this is within our experience. This is all our own experience. Different experiences are coming and going. Oh, similar experiences, different experiences, new experiences. All this are part of our day-to-day lives. Our likes, dislikes, opinions, our belief system, all these are constantly changing and new opinions are being formed. This jiva, this person, performs many karmas, actions with the body, various karmas he will do and accumulates various experiences and results of the karma. And using these karma phala, which is nothing but his latent impressions and samskaras, this jiva imagines, creates different worlds, experiences in his mind. So, already some vasanas are there, some latent impressions are there. Based on that, some physical bodies are taken. And when a physical body is taken, this person will do some actions and that accumulates some more impressions or latent impressions are called samskaras or vasanas. And based on those vasanas, again, another body, human body or an animal body or a bird body will be taken. But, O Rama, if you look at it closely with your inner eye, with an inquiring eye, with reference to Atma. That means from the viewpoint of consciousness, if you look at all these things from the viewpoint of Chaitanya, the consciousness, what is the difference between the experiences of a person with a sthula sarira, physical body, and a person with sukshma sarira, with a subtle body, which is experiences of a mind? From the viewpoint of a jnani, from the viewpoint of consciousness, all these experiences are nothing but imaginations. These are not real. These are all projections of the mind. From that viewpoint, from the Atma's viewpoint, if you see, taking a body, being in a world, being many universes coming and going, being born, being created, all these are nothing but imaginations. So from the viewpoint of Atma, all this is imagination. They are false. They don't exist. However, for the jiva, he cannot escape the delusion caused by the confusion caused by the world. Even though it's a projection of the mind, it's imagination, for the jiva, he thinks that it is real and he gets afraid, he gets anger, he gets agitated because this jiva is deluded. Whatever is not there really, he thinks it is there, it is real. This is the speciality of the Jagat, of the universe, of the world. What is not there appears as being there, as real. And this is what is called as avidya, ignorance. And because of this avidya only, the universe, the samsara is continuing. In the ocean of called Paramatma, Supreme Self, Supreme Consciousness, various waves rise and fall. Each wave is a creation of universe and falling is a destruction of the universe. Various universes are created and destroyed again and again. In this, some of them are of similar nature or totally different. From the experience point of view, some experiences may be similar, same, or different. Let us come to what is in front of you. This creation. This, whatever is appearing to you, is nothing but Maya, imagination. What is not there is appearing as reality. However, even though it is imagination, just to teach you, I will examine this imagination, imaginary world, and whatever I can see, I can understand, I'll tell you. This imagination, Maya universe has no beginning and end. It keeps on moving. In this imagination, who is sitting in front of you as Vyasa Maharshi, sage Vyasa, is a 32nd Vyasa. Before him, 31 Vyasa, sage Vyasas have taken birth and died. In the 32 Vyasas, 12 Vyasas are looking same in their behavior and appearance. All of them do not have same amount of self-knowledge. Their wisdom was a little less. 13th Vyasa, sage Vyasa, is a little different. Even in future, so many Vyasas, sage Vyasas are going to come. And so many Rishi Valmiki is also going to take birth. Some of these Vyasa and Valmikis, they look like previous Vyasa and Valmiki. Some of their Vyasas and Valmikis, their forms are totally different. So many human beings, angels, divine sages, all of them take birth at the same time, just like in their previous births, and they are going to live at the same time. In this current yuga, in the era of Brahmaji, this is 72nd Treta Yuga. Before this current Brahma Yuga, uncountable Brahma Yugas have passed. And in future, uncountable Brahma Yugas are going to take place. You, me, are also just like what we were there in previous Brahma Yuga. How we were there in earlier yugas, earlier times, just like that only we have taken birth. And sometimes we get association with new people. I'm aware of all these things. If you look at a different count, this Vyasa, sage Vyasa, it is his 10th incarnation. We were also took birth along with Vyasa in all the 10 incarnations of Vyasa. We were there with Vyasa earlier. We are now with this Vyasa in this life also. Some of the people here were born at a different time in previous lives. Some people were newly getting associated. Not only us, different wise people, spiritually wise people also, ignorant people also, taken birth many, many times in different bodies, in different times. We have met before, we will meet again in future. If I look in future, this Vyasa is going to take birth another 8 lifetimes. He is going to write the epic Mahabharata in all the 8 lifetimes. He is going to write it 8 times. And just like in this life, he has bifurcated, edited the Vedas. Similarly, in future also, he will be the editor for Vedas. And later, after 8 lifetimes, he will be promoted to be the Brahma Deva. And then he will get final liberation. However, he is right now Jivan Mukta, liberated while alive. and he has great control over his mind. He has attained supreme peace. He is not deluded by any desires. He does not have any ego. Therefore, he does not have any sorrows. He is unblemished and holy. O Rama, all these jivas that we see, they are after wealth, relatives, lifespan, effort, knowledge, wisdom. All of them take, accept all these things in different lifespans, similar to what they have now. In some lives, they are not like this. There will be differences. All these things are not same in different lifespans. Some other times, the creation of the universe takes place in cycles. Creation, it will be there for many years and then it is destroyed. So all these jivas, in every creation cycle, they take birth in a similar circumstances, similar way, depending on their vasanas. Slowly, their vasanas change and then their circumstances change. However, all this is illusion, delusion, maya. You can say there is no end to this. It will keep on going on. See, if you put a bag of rice on the floor and you take up some rice and you measure it in the balance scale and you put it back into the bag of rice again, can you say each grain is with the same neighboring grain before putting onto the floor and after putting into the bag? We cannot say. The positions may change. Similarly, these jivas also, beings also, sometimes they are with the same persons, they meet the same people in different lives. Sometimes they meet new people. Different creations, they take different forms, they change. Have you seen the waves in an ocean? All of them, sometimes they are similar, sometimes they are different. A wave rises and merges in the ocean. Can you say which water is which? No. Similarly, in the ocean of time, eternal time, the waves of creation is also like that. Different beings appear with the same form, different forms. They are like waves. They keep on coming and going. However, Tattva means a wise, spiritually wise person who is a philosopher, who is a person who has done deep thinking, introspection, and contemplation. For such a person, he considers all these waves as illusion, as temporary, not only temporary, they are all imaginations, they come and go. And that person, that spiritually wise person, knows that all this is Maya, appearance. It comes and goes. And he is not getting afraid of what is happening. Whereas an ignorant person, gets agitated by what happens in the world. The spiritually wise person knows that this is all Maya illusion and he is peaceful. And this Jiva is who none other than the Parabrahma. This creation, sustenance, and destruction, all this keeps on happening as projection of the Jiva. As long as Jiva has illusion, ignorance, this is real. In reality, the Jiva, the original nature of Jiva is the peaceful consciousness. The original state of Jiva is Atma Swarupa, the consciousness, the spark, the spirit, the light of consciousness, the light of the self, Atma Jyoti. This Jiva, the light of the self, the original nature is light of the self, Atma Jyoti. This Jiva in his reality is the infinite, undivided consciousness. When this Ajnana, when this Maya is lifted, this Jiva remains as the light of the self, Atma Jyoti. Jivan Mukti, liberated while alive. How does one get that? How does one get the liberation, enlightenment? This comes from the wisdom, spiritual wisdom, by the inquiry, by looking at things deeply and being established in the truth that the world is unreal and I am Brahman. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. If one knows this truth, he is established in the Jivan Mukti. The Vyasa, the sage Vyasa in front of you is such a Jivan Mukta. Is liberated while alive. He has spiritual wisdom. Let us take the example of an ocean. The waves in the ocean, when it rises, it is made up of water. When it merges in the ocean, it is made up of water. Similarly, a person, whether he is a Videha Mukta or a Sadeha Mukta, a Jivan Mukta or a Videha Mukta, a person who understands that I am consciousness, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Such a person need not be Videha Mukta. Videha Mukti can happen later, but Jivan Mukti, there is no difference between such a person, whether having a body or not having a body. It is the same. The Atma Jnana, the knowledge of the self, the Atma Jyoti, a person who has touched that, who has understood that, who has Atma Jnana, Jivan Mukta is same as Videha Mukta. There is no difference between Sadeha Mukti and Videha Mukti. And what are you calling as Mukti? Liberation. If a jiva is not a slave of sense pleasures and not affected by what he is seeing and what is appearing in front of him, whatever the world, if a person is unaffected by the happenings in the world, that person is called a mukta, is a liberated person. If such liberation is there, does it matter if it is with a body or without a body? It doesn't matter. Those who are beyond, transcend sensory pleasures, it doesn't matter whether it is a Sadeha Mukta or Videha Mukta. Where there is a mention of sense pleasures, then it matters whether body is there or body is not there. Where there is Jivan Mukti, liberated while alive, in that state of Jivan Mukti, there is no question of sense pleasures. Therefore, that is also equivalent of Nirvana. Let us come to the Vyasa and Shukadeva's Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti. Now we see in the world different objects. Similarly, we see the body of Veda Vyasa, but we don't know his internal state. What is his spiritual wisdom? We don't know. Therefore, just by physically looking at Veda Vyasa, you cannot say he is less knowledgeable, less wise than Shukadeva. We cannot measure the depth of a person's spiritual wisdom by looking at a person. I am again declaring that there is no difference between Nirvana Mukti, Videha Mukti, and Sadeha Mukti, Jivan Mukti. Whether there is wave or no wave, there is only water. Similarly, whether there is body or no body, there is only consciousness. Therefore, you need not doubt that Veda Vyasa has lesser wisdom than Shukamarshi. Myself and Vyasa Bhagavan, our teachings are about non-dual self. Jivatma and Paramatma are one and the same. It is one consciousness, non-dual consciousness. That is the truth. Therefore, let us come to the present topic. I am going to teach you what is the preparation that a spiritual seeker should do and what is the behavior of the spiritual seeker. Whatever I am going to teach is going to be guidance for the spiritual seekers, and it is going to help so many spiritual seekers and remove the ignorance and darkness from the minds of the spiritual seekers. Let it be a decoration to the ears. Hari Om Tat Sat. Asato ma sadgamaya तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Thank you very much. See you next class.